live. Okay. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Friday. Welcome to my first Facebook Live. So the kids are now at preschool, which means I have the pleasure of having time to do things like this, as well as my absolutely humongous to-do list of things around the house that obviously I haven't done since I had the kids, and I probably do need to get done. But this was my priority, and this is the most exciting bit, which is why I've saved it for a Friday. So I've been looking forward to this all week. So I've made a card already, but I'm gonna make it with you live, and so you can come and watch. I hope you've got a drink, maybe some mid-morning snacks. It's never too early. And I'm gonna go through it. Just apologies. So all week outside my house, they've been digging the road up. There's about 5 diggers out there, and it's all the road is sort of closed off on one side. And I got home from dropping the kids off at school, and all I can hear now is digging. So I have closed the windows. I just opened a tiny little bit because my house is a sauna. So I do really apologise about the noise. I did have the windows wide open, but I thought that was probably a bit too noisy. So we've gone with the quiet one. So I do apologise about the noise. I will try to speak clearly and loudly. So I'm just going to flip my camera around and show you what we're going to make, and just run through the products that I've got to show you. Go. So hopefully you can see that. So this is the card that we're going to make. This is from the papers from the celebration promotion that's run from the beginning of August, and it's up until the 30th of September. So all the products within here you can get with qualifying purchases. So some of them are with a £45 purchase, and some of them are with a £90 purchase. So I'm using this morning this one here. This is the Beautifully Penned Designer Series paper, and these are free with a £45 purchase, and you get 12 sheets. So there's 4 of each designed, and they are the 12 by 12, so they are the really big papers, and they're really good for quite sort of simple cards. So as you can see, this one here, all I've done is coloured it in, and it's just this one here. So that's really, really cute. I was really unsure about these papers because it does actually go with one of the bundles in the catalogue, which I don't have. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to use these at all. I don't have any other products. But actually, I haven't used any of those products in this card. I've just used stuff that I already had. I used a stamp set from a different set, and I've just used some blends to colour it and some card, and it's quite simple. And actually at the end I've made some other cards, also not using anything else from this bundle, so it does work quite easily. Actually, I'll show you them first. So this is the first one. So you can see this is the same flowers that I've used in this card, which I've just put along here in a different colour with 2 of the other pieces. And then I did some blending. So these are basically the same, just 2 different colours with those here. So I used my blending brush for this one. My blending brush that really does need a wash. I'll add it to my to-do list. So yeah. So that's really nice. So again, obviously I've just used sentiments from other stamp sets that I've got to make those. I only really started playing with them this week because I was a bit like, oh, I don't really know what to do with them. So these are the papers we've got. So this is the one that we are going to be using, and you can see it's this sort of, it's a bit sort of like tie-dye effect in the back with stripes on. And then we've got one that's got these flowers and the polka dots. Polka dots were always a good one. And then this one, which is the one that I did all that rainbow blending on, with this really cool wave design on. So yeah, 3 designs, you get 4 of each. Let's do it on this one actually. So I need some of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a strip down and colour the strip in. Which is what I did with this one. This was actually, I just cut a really long strip. We won't see that. Move it out. I cut a really long strip, coloured the whole strip in, and then I've got enough to make 2 cards. So I'm going to make another one very similar with this one and put that on. So yeah. So I'm just going to cut the strip down. I can't remember what size I did this one. Let me just measure this. Yeah, 7. Thought it was. I always seem to cut things at 7. So there's my strip for that, and then I've also got enough bits left here to make an accent or a sort of embellishment piece for that one. Just gonna put that over there. So the colour that I've used for this card is Calypso Coral, and then we've also got a little bit of Granny Apple Green for the stems of the flowers. So I'm obviously not going to colour this whole thing in. I'm quite quick at colouring. So I'm using the light first of all, and then any bits that I think should be darker, I will either go over with the light or I will add to with the dark Calypso Coral. So this is quite a sort of, obviously it is hand drawn flowers, so even if you're not brilliant at colouring, or you're doing it in a bit of a rush and you go over the lines, or you don't quite fill in all the, you know, the space, actually it doesn't really matter, because it does suit the style of flower, the way that it's drawn. Oh, they stopped drilling for all of 2 seconds. It was interesting yesterday when the rubbish lorry came along the road. My Calypso Coral pen is definitely, I think, on the way out. I'm just going to switch to this end. So I dropped the kids at preschool this morning, and I drove to get some petrol. So I drove all the way to Morrison's, got to Morrison's petrol station, realised I was still listening to Baby Shark. And probably what was even worse, I was singing along to it. Yeah. Never mind. I don't know if it's good or bad that I probably know all the words. I think that's all we need, isn't it? I won't bore you with colouring all the way along. And then so this is my dark Calypso Coral. So I'm going to just do, so you see on like these flowers here, this is the bit that is the back of the flower. So that bit obviously would generally be a bit darker. Hi Beck. Oh, that's okay, don't worry. My lives will be saved on my Facebook page, so you can always come back and watch it with a nice drink at the end of the day. I think where else there's some bits. Oh, and then a bit over here, I think is the last bit. I can be a bit of a forgetful colour and forget where I see bits. I'm just gonna colour in all the way around here. So I'm just going, so this is still the light Calypso Coral, so I'm just going over the lines like that. I think that's it done. I don't think I've missed any bits out. And then I'm just going to go for the stems. So you only need a tiny little bit of the green. There we go. So that's it. Look up the colouring, I think. Oh, apart from, we need to do one, but we'll cut this up first and do it. So this needs to be, I'm going to cut my card blank in a minute, but I know it's going to be 14.9. So there is our bit for that one. So while I've got the trimmer out, I'm going to do the card blank. So I've got a bit, you can see I've already cut my circle out for the other bit. So we use this. So my card blank is, no, I'm doing it this way, 14.9. And then I'm going to score it at 10.5. Like that. So this bit should fit on there like this. Beautiful. And then we need you can see I've got a matte of, so I've got black and a little bit of Calypso Coral. So as my patterned paper was 7, I'm going to cut my black at 7.5 and my Calypso Coral at 8. So when we layer them up like this. Okay. Also, I need to cut them all so they're all the same length. So they should all be 14.9. So you can sit them down. Hi, see, that's all right. Don't worry. It's not school. You don't have to be here at a certain time. Actually, that's one thing I did notice this morning. There was a lot of kids not in, or like going to school, but they were not in a rush at all. I even saw some at the petrol station getting their lunch at about 9:10. Not a care in the world. Oh, accidentally just move that one. Oh, there you go. There you go. So hopefully that is fairly even. You have to tell me if you think it's not even. It is. And then we're going to stick that in the middle on there. I'm not going to use dimensionals. I'm just going to stick it down. Oh, that one's definitely not straight. There you go. How many times do we stick stuff down, stick everything on top of it, and then realise something's not straight? I'll probably do it at least 5 times a week, I reckon. So now we're gonna, I'm just gonna colour this flower in here and then do the circle and the punch those bits out. Just gonna colour one. We're only gonna do one of these, and then I'm just gonna cut it out. I don't know if anybody's got this stamp and die set that this goes with, whether the if there's dies in it that go with it that cut this out. Although they're not too bad for cutting out, actually. It doesn't take me too long. And I even do the little bits around there, whatever they're called. My gardening knowledge is atrocious. My gardening skills are even worse than my knowledge. Okay, so I'm just, oh, I didn't do those darker bits. Let's just do these around here. Just doing my concentration face. Oh, good too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Sometimes I think we can get away with stuff being wonky. Sometimes, yeah. But I think as crafters we're very good at adapting things to, if something goes wrong. There's always something you can cover over it. Oh no, gardening skills, yeah. This is why I have plastic grass and no plants. Okay. Oh, I didn't realise that one cut off slightly, it doesn't matter. So I just need to cut my starburst and my circle out. So I am actually going to use the circle and the starburst punch. These are retired, but I don't think I could ever get rid of them. They're just too useful. So this is a 2-inch circle. lot quicker for me than die cutting the punches. So that's those ones. Oh, do you see? Oh, that's good. Actually, I could have a look in the annual catalogue, wasn't it? I'll get the annual catalogue out and we'll have a bit of a quick look at the end. So that's going to go like that. So I'm just going to get a stamp. So this one before I did Just Because, but I might do something different this time. I still might do it from this set because I think that font looks really lovely with this one. So this is the Lovely You stamp set, and I really love the fonts with this one. Yeah, Starburst is the best one. It's great for adding a pop of colour behind a sentiment. So let's go with Wildly Grateful. Obviously you can find out that I'm not very good at reading back to front. And then I'm going to do this in black. Aim to... I don't want it too low because that flower sentiment that I just made obviously needs to go at the bottom of the circle and not hang over too much, otherwise it will hang off the card and then we won't have any, the card won't fit in the envelope. So I'll sorry about that in a second. So stick this onto the circle. And then this one I'm going to pop in dimensionals onto the front. Just put a couple on. Luckily I did order some more yesterday, so hopefully they'll be here very soon. I don't have very many left at all. There, so that make sure we can fit that flower on about there. There we go. Just give that a second to dry. And there we go. All done. So I think this looks lovely in any colour combination because obviously the papers are, they're just crying out to be coloured, these ones, and especially sort of in the black and white, any colour. I think I'm going to try in sort of purple. So I quite like the Fresh Freesia, which is one of the in colours for this year. I think I'm going to try it in that next, possibly with a slightly, maybe like a gorgeous grape or something colour. That would look really nice. I was going to have a quick look at the dies to see if they would cut it out. Oh, give me a second. So it's gone out of my brain what it was called. Can anyone remember? Oh, this one, isn't it? I think, is it this one? Penned flowers. Oh yeah, hand penned petals bundle. Oh, I don't know. So looking at some of those. I might. No, I think I don't know. You have to give it a go and see and let me know. That one looks a little bit small, and I think these ones then look a little bit big for it. But I think hopefully I've proved, like with the other samples as well that I've made, that you can get away quite easily without having the stamp set and dies. Although the stamp set has got some really lovely sentiments in, and again the font's really lovely. That's, yeah, hand penned. Could not think of what it was called at all, which is always the way when you're trying to think of it quickly. Yeah, so that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed my first Facebook Live. So I'll be here every Friday, or possibly hopefully every Friday, at 10. Next week I might possibly try something Christmassy. I'll see, I'll give it a go. I think I'm going to try using the penguins next week, because I've got lots of the papers from the celebration, these ones, which, oh, they are amazing. So many lovely samples with those. So I'm looking forward to playing with them this week to try and come up with something for everybody for next week. So any questions about any of the products that I've used today, or just drop me a message, and I will see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.